go on Zoom and get the reaction as well from the rice, commercial rice farmer, Mr. Kukubo. So I know that the Volta region over the years contributed to rice production in Ghana. Yesterday in Parliament, Honorable Okujeto Ablakwa, for MP for the Northern constituency, mentioned that the Aveime rice factory is collapsed, and they were hoping that the one district, one factory would have been extended over there. Before I go to Dr. Peter Otokuno, let me come to you. What is the state? Let's break it down to the rice industry in Ghana. What is the state of the locally manufactured rice? What's the state of it?
Good afternoon to your listeners and viewers online. Well, as we already know, rice is the major staple for this country. And clearly every home, every industry, restaurant or gathering or occasion, you find people eating rice. There's no menu you have in an occasion that you wouldn't have rice there also as one of the food being served. And in Ghana, the major producing rice regions include Volta, that is Southern Belt. If you take the Northern Belt away from it. And as we speak, or if you want to look at data from the side of importation and then the local production, clearly you realize that the local production of rice has been, it's been really a challenge comparing it to the level of imports. Some 5 years ago, or let me say 4 years ago, in the current administration, then the ambition or the agenda was to significantly reduce the importation of rice, by some maybe by some 30% more. Okay, that means that if by then the percentage rate for importation is, let's say, around 40%, the ambition was to actually either completely clear it and boost local production so that we can have businesses within the rice value chain. But that has not been the case as we speak. As we speak, farmers are still struggling down south here in the Volta region and even up north with access to major infrastructures major infrastructures and machineries, such as access to tractors. It was shocking to know that accessibility to tractor is still a big challenge within the general agricultural space, including rice. And then one of the equipment, such as combined harvesters. If you are looking at producing at scale, clearly you need combined harvesters, to be able to harvest the rice in that commercial nature or that volumes if you are working with multiple smallholder farmers. So access to equipment such as the tractors or the machinery is still a big challenge. And there hasn't been much effort, so to speak. We have to call a spade towards revamping that sector with respect to access to machineries and also, access to viable seeds, for instance. So I think the hope of farmers across the country, as far as the rice value chain is concerned, has largely been on the introduction of the flagship project, that is the PFJ 1 and 2. But the data that is before us now also clearly tells me that the PFJ 1 is nothing quite good to write home about. It was a big failure. And then the hope for PFJ 2, with the hope that it will rebound and then revitalize the sector, I think the inception stages of PFJ 2 has also been quite disappointing, if we must say. In recent times, we've seen or come across a lot of
PFJ, by this you mean Planting for Food and Jobs?
Yes, madam. Yes, MFR. That's Planting for Food and Jobs. Okay. It's been the major hope by farmers for the current administration, but it has not lived up to expectation because we have observed, those on the ground, indeed, they will come to your project site. Most of the farmers were registered, but farmers never really received the inputs to boost agricultural production.
Okay.
So, and there's been a lot of hoarding. And we've seen videos, we've seen pictures of that. Our system, our company, for instance, was registered, but to date, not a single fertilizer has been made available. If I'm speaking to myself, as in assessing the PFJ and its benefits for the general farm population. So it's not really been very good, I must say. And no wonder, in just a few weeks ago, we had to import maize and rice because of the severe drought we experienced. If PFJ 1 and PFJ 2 were anything good to go by, then we should have enough food in our buffer stock, so that in times of crisis like this, then the country can fall on the buffer stock rather than importing some of these major staples that we cannot do without. So there are major issues and challenges within the sector.
Which you've nicely outlined